Australia's history dates back over 65,000 years, with the indigenous Australian peoples being the first inhabitants of the continent. They developed a rich and diverse culture, with over 250 distinct languages and a deep connection to the land. European exploration of Australia began in the 17th century, with the Dutch being the first Europeans to reach the continent. However, it was not until the late 18th century that the British established a permanent settlement, starting with the arrival of the First Fleet in 1788 at Botany Bay. The colonization of Australia by the British had a profound impact on the indigenous peoples, leading to dispossession of land, violence, and disease. This period also saw the establishment of penal colonies, most notably at Port Arthur in Tasmania and Norfolk Island, where convicts were sent from Britain. In the 19th century, Australia experienced a gold rush, which led to a rapid increase in population and economic growth. This period also saw the expansion of agriculture and the development of cities such as Melbourne and Sydney. Modern era and politics. Australia has a parliamentary democracy and a constitutional monarchy, with the British monarch as the head of state represented by a Governor-General. The Prime Minister is the head of government, leading the cabinet which is responsible to the Parliament. Australia has a bicameral parliament consisting of the House of Representatives and the Senate. The House of Representatives is elected by the public, with members representing electoral divisions, while the Senate represents the states and territories. The political landscape in Australia is dominated by two major parties, the Australian Labor Party, ALP, and the Liberal Party of Australia. There are also several minor parties and independents who play a role in shaping political outcomes. Australia has a mixed market economy with a strong emphasis on free trade and a high standard of living. The country is rich in natural resources, including coal, iron ore, gold, and agricultural products, which are major contributors to its economy. The Australian economy is also heavily reliant on services, particularly in areas such as finance, tourism, and education. The country has a highly skilled workforce and is known for its innovation and research in various fields. Australia has strong trade ties with countries around the world, particularly in the Asia-Pacific region. China is Australia's largest trading partner, followed by Japan, the United States, and South Korea. Australia is known for its diverse and multicultural society, with immigrants from around the world contributing to its rich cultural tapestry. The indigenous cultures of Australia are also celebrated and recognized for their unique heritage. Australian culture is influenced by its British colonial heritage, as well as by indigenous and immigrant cultures. The country has a vibrant arts scene, with a strong tradition in literature, music, film, and visual arts. Australian cuisine is diverse, reflecting its multicultural population. Popular dishes include meat pies, fish and chips, and barbecued meats. Australian wine is also renowned internationally, with regions such as the Barossa Valley and Margaret River producing world-class wines. Australia's global impact is significant, particularly in areas such as politics, economics, and the environment. The country is a member of various international organizations, including the United Nations, the G20, and the Commonwealth of Nations. Australia's foreign policy is based on principles such as multilateralism, free trade, and human rights. The country plays an active role in promoting peace and security in the Asia-Pacific region and beyond. Australia's economy is closely linked to global markets, particularly in areas such as mining, agriculture, and finance. The country has a strong reputation for economic stability and has weathered various global economic challenges in recent years. Australia faces several challenges that could impact its future development, including environmental issues, indigenous rights, and economic diversification. Environmental issues such as climate change, deforestation, and water scarcity are significant challenges for Australia. The country is particularly vulnerable to the impacts of climate change, including rising sea levels, droughts, and bushfires. Indigenous rights are also a pressing issue in Australia, with Indigenous peoples facing social, economic, and health disparities compared to the non-Indigenous population. The Australian government has taken steps to address these issues, including the implementation of the National Apology to the Stolen Generations in 2008. Economic diversification is another key challenge for Australia, as the country seeks to reduce its reliance on natural resources and develop other sectors of